really loving this deck. Like, Murktide, I feel like, just has such a great... just such a good pedigree, and this Dimir build, like, branching out into other colors, I think is going to be kind of the mainstay for Murktide going forward. I don't know about white, just because a lot of the removal in white, it requires you to have multiple colors, and I don't know if Murktide is necessarily about that. But let's get into some of the changes I had. Like, last night, I did kind of feel I loved the Archmage's Charm and the Sink into Stupors, the Toxic Deluge. Love that. So we're here for that. I like that this can flex as either a land drop or a piece of interaction. We also got Double Force, Double Archmages, and Toxic Deluge, along with the subtleties. That does clunk up our top end, but like I said, these are effectively only 5. These can be pitched, so not really gonna be casting them for full value a lot, so I like that. Still like the Murktides, you really need to have them. You have to have a critical density of threats. Now, I did take away that I do like a proactive play in Murktide, because sometimes you're on the play and it's like land, go, you don't really do anything, so that's why I like Tamiyo as a one of. Doesn't come up a lot, but I like this list was originally running 2 Thought Seizes, and I wasn't vibing with that. I don't like hand disruption in a lot of these counterspell tempo-y builds. Maybe out of the side. Maybe there's room. I didn't tweak the side a whole lot, and maybe there's room for that. We'll look at it. But, you know, we've got the 2 Pierce, 3 Snare. I think that's pretty good. Preordain is our cantrip. A Queen to Dust would have been surprisingly clutch a lot of times last night. So I like that. It can cantrip if we need it to. We can flash it back to grow our, escape it, because it doesn't get exiled. To grow our Murktide by eating a bunch of instants and sorceries. So that's just like a really good thing it could do. We've got the 1 Drought. I might go up to 2. I didn't want to cut anything else at the 2-drop slot. Maybe I cut a Spell Pierce, but I do feel like Spell Pierce could have been good. Like, because I'm building this to go into like an RCQ sort of meta where it can kind of be anything. So I like that. I feel like that gives me a little bit more optionality, but maybe it is like it just needs to be that second drown the lock. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to try it as is. Again, full complement of push, especially with Tamiyo having the clues to have another permanent to crack to draw a card, trigger revolt push. Yeah, really good stuff there. Bowmasters is Bowmasters. Counter spells, frogs are what they are. One of them, as I said, also trying a go for the throat. Not many artifact creatures out there in Modern currently, so just having like 2 mana kill anything essentially, I feel it's pretty good. As I said, I've addressed the 3 drops. Subtlety and Murktide I don't really think need an introduction. On the side, Consign. I think 3 of is mandatory till something gets done about the One Ring, or something gets done about Nadu, because countering that triggered ability, the 3rd chapter of Saga, can be pretty huge against them. Just kill their Shuko. They don't do anything. It's pretty good. Another Spell Snare. I mean, 4 is good against Storm. I probably would run this as a Spell Pierce personally, but I wanted to try this as is. Storm is still out and about, so I think having that's pretty good. Countering like 90% of their deck for 1 mana is pretty hot. Force of Negation, the 3rd. I wanted. I thought 4 was a little much. 3rd Sodi, again, I think it's just really good. Another Queen to Dust. I just really like exiling stuff from Yards right now in Modern. With all the Storm Yogg-esque decks still running around, I think it's good. Break the Ice, 3 of. You gotta be Tron. Plague Engineer, a really good call along with the Deluge against the energy decks. Just drop this thing and name Cat, and that just like wipes their board. You know, that's pretty good. Spell Bomb, another great card. Deluge, another great card. Not really a whole lot to say on this one. So that's why we're trying this. That is a no, because that's a 1-lander. Okay, I like this. This is a lot better. We've got some pitch stuff. We've got a push. We've got a Murktide. So I'm going to put back Watery Grave and conceal info by saying Flooded Strand to go. And we can push, we can force, we can subtlety if we really need to. All right, and let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and Undercity Sewers. Trigger. Well, we didn't really want to draw that, so that's fine. Counterspell is not a bad one. So we'll drop Scalding Tarn and say go. I feel like this might be the mirror. Or another Murktide-esque. It's the mirror. Some days you just gotta get good at the mirror, you know? And I think we're going to... We'll see what they do. I'm kind of thinking getting the other Undercity. If they just say pass here, like if they try and flash into Bowmasters, I'll probably push it. Just to get more cards in the yard, really. Because if they try and Subtlety, we can pitch something Subtlety, their Subtlety. We've got a... If we get lucky off that 5/5 Murktide and suddenly we're pretty good. I don't know. I might just counter if they go... Actually, I think if they go Frog, I'll let it resolve, then push it. All right. And also, I wouldn't mind just keeping up the land drops, really. We'll put that on top. We'll draw the Frog, and I hate to, but let's say go and see what our opponent does. It looks like we're going to get Bowmastered. Oh, nope, they're setting up for something. I do like that we've got both Counterspell and Force of Negation up. That feels pretty good. All right, they're shocking in. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try that. So, we're still going to be 2 for 2, but target that. Yeah, let's just exile. I hate to exile Murktide Regent here, but I just think the added benefit of us being able to Frog, like the fact that we did lose a lot of cards though. All right, Flooded Strand, blue, black, and that, I'm not gonna lie, that could be big loss for us if we're not careful. You know, if they've got the pushes and stuff in hand, that can be bad, obviously, you know. Opponent has not failed to make land drops, though. There goes our Frog. And let's fetch out the Watery Grave. Yeah. Alright. Alright, Archmage's Charm. Let's say go. That's fine. And let's see what they do. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about forcing it here, like just seeing if they've got it. Cast, draw 2. Target us. Let's see what they got. We've got to burn through the counter spells in their hand somehow. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's pretty good. I don't really want to deploy Frog just yet. Yeah, let's Quing there, Quing. See if we get something out of it. All right. We get a land, kind of bleh, but, you know. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's just fetch out another Watery Grave. Alright, Preordain. We might do that next turn. I kind of feel like just accruing cards in hand and getting stuff that does things, you know? Yep. If they want to drop a Murktide, we're not going to have much to do about it if they've got the counter spell, but I feel pretty good about us being able to dig and grow a Murktide that's bigger than theirs. Again, I would really love a counter spell here. Okay. Let's go blue and Preordain, see what we get. Yeah, let's try and counter this. We've got to eat through stuff in their hand. And I think this is a pretty good way to do it. All right. So they counter our counter spell. Their Orc resolves. And yeah, I think we just continue like to try and whittle them down. We lose a life. They do make a token. Is what it is. Put on top. And I think we could kind of safely bottom that at this point. Yeah, let's say go. And then next turn, if they try a Murktide, we can force it. They've got a few things here. All right, they do consider they could be going for a Murktide play. All right. Yeah, we take it. All right, land. All right, let's frog and see what we get. They do have a lot of cards in hand. I mean, if they push, they do, like, okay. I mean... one available. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fetch Island. And, let's try it. Yeah, let's Subtlety while they're kind of tapped down. See... Alright. We'll Sodi their Bowmasters back on top. So that's pretty good. I mean, like, if they go fetch, push, that's just that. We've got another counter spell. They have a drown. All right. All right, let's drop Tameo. Because Tameo could be pretty big game here. And then if they Bowmasters, I think we go for it and eat one of their cards in their yard. Just try to get some card advantage here. All right, Queen to Dust. Target that. Eat, 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 eat. Eat. And let's see. They've got 2 cards in hand, but this will put us back up to 2. Okay, we get a Bowmasters of our own. That's pretty sweet. Yep. Now, admittedly, if they Murktide, that's going to be tough. You know, it is what it is. But... yeah, let's do that. We'll take the 2. As silly as it seems, I kind of want to keep Tameo alive. All right, Spell Pierce isn't a bad one right now, so let's go ahead and swing. Get a clue. And try and connect with Tamio. All right, we do. Not that it matters, but... All right, and now I think is the time. Let's go ahead. Now, if it's Subtlety, we're kind of in a world of hurt. Blue, blue, blue. Force that. And just hope they don't have any more. They could. Oh, they do that. So we'll pierce their force. Full on counter war here, folks. I mean, if they've got another one, like, they do win it. So happens that. Now, I mean, a Murktide is going to be tough for us. All right. And I think I'm just going to chump that. Hope they don't draw their Murktide. The fact that we won that counter war is pretty big. Yep. Ah, well. Yeah, let's jump. All right, let's preordain. I kind of don't really want that because I don't. Okay. Well, I mean, make them have it, I say. Drop a big Murktide and say go. The fact that we got their go for the throat for a orc is pretty big. Okay. Fine. We'll take it. Draw. How's it going, Tommy? I hope you're having a... Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. That's what we really wanted to see. Okay. So let's go ahead and cast Fatal Push. Blue, blue. Oh, nice. We're trying a variation of the list from yesterday. I don't really want to exile that. Okay. And I'm basically trying to bait removal out of their hand here. Okay. Blue, blue. Eat, 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 eat. All right. Well, that's pretty big. Now, it is top deck mode for us and them. We've got them dead in 2 turns. It's going good. This is game 1. Okay, I feel a lot better about our chances now. Because if it's all reactive, we've got this. And if they go for something proactive, we can just bounce it. Alright, if we can get a counter spell, then suddenly... Okay, yeah, I feel like this demands a, something from them. Okay. Well, you know what? I said it demanded something, and that was sure something. Alright, so we might be picking up game 1 against the Mirror, which is pretty good. All right, so we're just going to make them have that last counter spell. They didn't have it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so we have to think they're bringing in Graveyard Hate of their own, so that kind of goes. I like Sink into Stupor there. I like Spell Pierce. I really like Cameo in the mirror, honestly. Drown's fine. I'm not as high on Toxic, I gotta say. Not as high on Toxic Deluge, but so far this is off to a good start. Stern Scolding hits a lot of stuff. I like Go for the Throat. I obviously like Push. Maybe I cut a Murktide. Okay, we'll try it like that. Let's not overboard and kind of commit to what we're good at. But we're off to a good start. Like, I'm trying to build my own list for it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I know it's only one land, but we're on the draw. We've got, like, a lot of stuff. Okay. Not really the land you want, but that is a fine one. And if they try and do something, we've got multiple ways to interact, and we've got a Murktide in hand. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do this. Undercity Sewers. Trigger. Yeah, I think we can kind of safely bin that. Alright. That, and then if they try and Bowmasters, we'll Bowmasters back. Yeah, I don't really want to play into that. We've just got too much good stuff, I think. I mean, I do think we Bowmasters on their instep to try and force it. Well, I don't like that. Okay, Force of Negation. I'll say go. And see what happens. Alright. Yeah. Just because if we fight for something on their turn with the Force in hand, we've got to discard a card. Yeah, let's discard the Spell Pierce. Wow. Frog with definite counterspell backup. So let's go ahead. Let's Spell Snare it. See if we can't get the counterspell out of their hand. Yeah, let's... No, wait, cancel. That's ours. So let's target theirs. And let's do this. I want to get as many spells out of their hand because we do have a card that just kills it. Alright. That's pretty big. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do this because we need a land. Alright. Top. Yep. And, yeah, we'll say go. I think I'm going to throw out the Bowmasters on their turn. I mean, if they Murktide, they do, like... Do this. See, force a little interaction out of their hand. Ooh, they take it? Okay. In that case, I'm kind of fine. Okay. We get a push. Spells, Pierce. Okay, yeah, let's try and hit him. Woo, black, frog. Alright. Okay. That sucks. We couldn't really spell pierce. You know? It's not very cool, but it is what it is. Okay, Murktide, so counterspell. Only a 6/6. Yeah, let's go for the throat it. Spell pierce. I mean, if they've got the force of negation, they've got it. Oh, wow. Talk about good running from opponent. Ow. But we're going to have, like, a full value Murktide. I mean, yeah, like, just having it's a thing our opponent could do. Alright. So, one card in hand. Okay, yep, surgical. That does suck, but that means we're gonna get to swam the Murktide. Okay. Well, we gotta go blue, blue, this. Here, here. And we get to drop a big Murktide, put him down, and say go. Okay, I mean, they could find their way to kill our Murktide, and then we're very sad right now. I mean, they could also find a way to turbo up their Murktide, and we're very sad. All right. I mean, if they've got a way to trade, they do, you know. Okay. Valid. That's fine. I mean, I feel better about it because we get to kill their Orc army in response to blocks. Alright, we'll just Undercity now. Trigger. Put on top. Swing. And block, block, block. Alright, we'll just go ahead. We'll Bowmasters while they're done. Alright. So we really need a... We've got a lot in hand. Alright, so they do their thing. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just swing in. I do feel like it's keep the cards flow in time, so preordain, put on top, and say go. So yeah, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Yeah, with one in hand. I kind of want the other one. All right. All right, let's put him to 10. And yeah. So what does that do? All right. And, yep. So, we know it's subtlety. We've got Fatal Push. Womp womp. Ah, well. Alright, well, we gotta turn up the speed a little bit here, folks. Alright. Okay, Archmage's Charm is huge here. The fact that we get to Charm plus hold up push. Alright, so... Alright. Shores. Alright, we do that. We get... counter it, and opponent's down to 4. They're dead in a turn. Which I like. We're just gonna hope they top deck dead, or better yet, have to cantrip. Yeah, well, that bought them a lot of time. Is what it is, though. Yep. Alright, they have successfully turned off our Murktides, and we have drawn a little bit too much reaction, I think. That sucks, but it is what it is. That said, though, if they don't get something going soon... Alright, can we get something good? Ooh, I like that. Spell Bomb? Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's pop it. Black. Yes. Okay. Well, I feel a lot better now. Yeah, okay. Now, if we can get an anything... we're a lot better off. I hate that. Well, they're not gonna get to ever do anything. We just have to sit here for the next 5 turns. Yep, you do, opponent. Oh, they conceded. What, can I get out of bed? I'm down here in my office right now. Ooh. Oh. I think we all have those times, Tommy. Yeah, I got a mulligan. This hand doesn't have a threat or a way to dig for one. Okay. I hate to put back Queen to dust, but I think it's the putback, so I'm gonna put back Queen. Done. But I'm liking this. I'm liking that our opponent's mulliganing. Hopefully, that means good things for us. It could also be Tron and we're just host. Possible. Okay. Okay, well. We're gonna want a Fatal Push soon. Bottom. Okay, a Psychic Frog will do. We'll see what they drop here. I'm hoping it's not Ocelot Pride, because that's going to get pretty big pretty quick. And also, I mean, never underestimate the ability of your Boros opponent to just be fed everything they could ever want off the top of their deck. Like is happening now. Oh, my lord. Yep. Yep. Oh, God. Yep, and they're going to use that to give it more power. Yep. Yep. All right. Another Murktide, so we'll go ahead. We're just going to deploy Bowmasters and hope, boop. Boop the cat. And, yeah. So, I think next turn we're going to Sewers Frog. Okay, wow. Okay. Yep. All right. We're taking 4. So I think they're going to sack and kill. Yep. So we're going to try and turbo out a Murktide. So any instant or sorcery that's not a fatal push, that's not a fatal push. So to the yard it goes. Frog. And as of right now, they cannot kill Frog. Frog is at an effective 1, 2, 3, 5 toughness. All right. All right. So they can only do 1. All right. So. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can't get more Undercity. Trigger, let's spin it. All right. I'm actually gonna say Murktide time. Preordain, whatever. All right, we just have to make sure we don't give them reach. Which they might have. I mean, Flage would be bad times. They do, because of course. Yep, Fable. Yep. All right. All right, well, let's go ahead. Fatal push there. You gotta love that Goblin Bombardment. So that'll make it 4. All right, yeah, let's just swing with both of these. Give them something they have to actually worry about. I mean, we could be dead soon, you know? I'm hoping they take it. We get another push. We can kill the guide. Okay. That's fine. They're trying to decide if they want to ping us here. I feel like they do. I feel like they do. I feel like that's the play, but, you know, we'll see. I would put us to 6. That way they can flage. Yep. Do that some more. Alright. All these. Murktide Regent. Alright, so that grows our existing Murktide. They are going to get multiple looks at cards to get them out of this. I don't really know what does. Alright. Because we have them pretty low right now. I really wish we had our Bowmasters had lived. I haven't actually gone off in... I've gone off in big turns, but I've never turn one someone, Tommy. I generally tend to play like these more grindy fair decks. So, because of that, I tend to just... That's not really a thing the decks I play tend to be able to do, unfortunately. I'm not sure if how I'm gonna do this. We'll see what they do. Like I said... Okay, Monkey... Yeah, they get more energy. I hate that. And gain more life. Thank you. Guide. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we're at an effective 2 life. Or 1. Okay, Alright, well, let's just, Yeah, let's swing like this. I mean... They can chump Frog. And then if they don't kill us this turn, they're dead next. So they ping us, put us down to a 2. If they get another creature, we're dead. If they get Flage, we're... Oh, wait. That flips. Got the... Bleh. Goblin Bombardment. Because that's going to flip. It becomes a creature and they just shoot us twice. I would, if that had been anything else. But I did build this to tech against them. Spell Pierce is kind of whatever. Counterspell is... I do hate that they're just relevant at all times on the board. I do really, really despise that. They're gonna... I don't know if they're gonna bring in much grave hate themselves. But I do know we need Toxic Deluges. We need those. I think I can just cut Spell Pierce altogether. I like Plague Engineer because it is both a... Okay, I think we can cut that, actually. I like Subtlety better. Maybe cut a Force for the other Deluge. Okay, okay. We're really doing good with that. Yeah, they don't really punish us for drawing cards. Yes, there are quite a few cards with that effect, Tommy. The best card like that is it doesn't have a specific number, but it's Thassa's Oracle, where if you have less than whatever your devotion to blue, so however many blue pips on permanents you control, cards in your library, you just win. And most decks that do that, actually, I just think that could commandeer something, so I'm just going to take the... I wasn't expecting the sacrifice play out of Boros, but the Goblin Bombardment is good tech. You know... Okay, so we get a Tamiyo turn 1. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. We get a Tamiyo, we could set up a flip if they don't kill it. And I think Tamiyo is one of those that does demand some respect from our opponent. So, yeah, and we could just fetch an island, drop Frog, and then we can discard Counterspell pretty freely. Okay, we get the Gale of Discharge out of their hand. Kind of okay with that. Considering they had to burn all of their energy. Alright, Stern Scolding, huh? Well, I do know I want Island, and I kind of want to get Frog down. Get Frog doing Frog things, you know? I mean, like... So I think I can... Okay, that's fine. Alright, and Queen to Dust, everybody. Okay. Alright, let's start off with the Preordained, see if we can't get something. Okay. Put on top, put on top. Trigger, obviously we're going to put on top. Yep, swing. Alright, we draw that, and we're pretty well golden now, folks. We're pretty well golden. I mean, if they also up-prided, that would kind of suck, but it's like... Boop. Alright. Okay, looks like our opponent kept risky. I'm gonna discard the Frog, actually. I know that seems almost sacrilegious, but... Alright, Pride. Alright, black here, and... Alright. We kill that. Technically, I should have countered... well, I couldn't have countered it because... Yep. I think Archmage's Charm would be really bad. But what do I bring in that's better is really the question here, folks. I think I just keep one and then I just throw it into the throw it into the graveyard with Frog. Like, because it seems like if Frog sticks, they lose. Like, just straight up. Okay. Yep, keep. I like that they're already on a mulligan, and we have a very, very killy hand. Very killy. Alright, I don't really like the idea. We'll see what they drop here. God, they've started with Guide every time. Okay, Murktide Regent. They could not drop anything. I'll do this. Like, if we have to kill it, like, if it's an also up Pride coming down and we have to kill that thing, like, and they don't make a second land drop, you know, we're already there. And if we could save some life overall, like, I think it's worth. I mean, yeah, we take the one. Okay, yeah, they can. You are allowed, opponent. Let's go ahead. Let's crack this. Get Undercity. Trigger. Yeah, we'll put that on top because I would like to draw that. Subtlety, huh? Yeah, I think I do this. Yeah, we just need better cards. Because we could just shock in, pay 2, more life. Because it seems like they're really banking on these these soul guides. And we're going to completely wipe up, so let's see which one grows, and that one is going to get pushed. Alright. Well, since the other one can't do anything, let's do that. Alright. I mean, I don't like that we're going low here, but they're on one land. Alright. Scalding Tarn. That's really good because that's going to save us life. So, Island, blue, double black, toxic, 1, 2. Alright, so that's going to make the Murktide size. Double red for Amped Raptor. Yeah, I hate to, but I don't think we can give that to them, you know? Alright. Yeah, let's do this. Frog. Yeah, I think now is the time. Definitely eat these two. Eat. And we can grow it by 1. Technically, that doesn't really get it out of anything, though. But we know Amp Raptor's coming down. Depends on how lucky they get with Raptor. Okay. That's fine. Yep. Alright. Come on, Fatal Push. Ooh, Archmage's Charm. Well, let's go ahead. Let's hit them. Alright. Alright. Blue. Archmage's counter. Yep. And, yeah, we take the 1. Yep. Now, if I could just get a Fatal Push. That works. Frog. We'll just hit him as is. I don't really want to show him that line if I can help it, you know? I mean, if they want to swing in and do that, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to do something that you normally never ever do, which is kill the cat warrior to flip a Johnny. Alright, are you going to take the flip opponent? I sure hope you do, because you can't activate him, and I'm going to kill him. This is your one chance, though. I might not. I might just pressure you. How lucky do you feel, opponent? Ooh, bold. Alright. Eat. Eat. Alright, so combat. A Johnny, them. Alright. Okay, we could have technically killed him there. God no. God no. God no. All right, so I'm liking this build a lot better. I don't like it. It did not feel good. It felt bad, actually. It felt bad, everything I did with it. I would love to. We're on the play. We know what we're looking for, so I'm going to keep because we technically have a second land drop if we need it and sink into stupor. So I'm going to keep. Hopefully we don't need it. So, upkeep, land, preordain, put on top, because I would really like a second frog. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be going... We're probably going to be going Flooded Strands Frog, depending on what they do here. They like what they saw, so they're keeping on top. Alright, well, Flooded Strands, Fetch, Shock, Frog. Alright, and say go. We can discard... I don't think I want to discard the additional frog. We might toss a counterspell. You know, just depending on what happens, what we draw, what they do. We've got a Fatal Push, so we can kill a lot of their stuff if they drop, like, a, Okay. We're inquisitioned. Now, if they take Frog, push Frog, we're sad. We're very sad. Or if they... Bold, I actually don't think I care that much about. Depending on what they do here, this is a rough hand. I would not want to be sitting across from this. That said, they have 6 other cards in hand. Taking a counterspell leads me to think it's a combo deck. Alright. Push. Push. Good running. You know, it happens, like... You can't always account for it, you know? I mean, if they're pushing Frog, they're pushing Frog. You gotta commit, opponent. He's just trying to be a happy, happy little froggy. I mean, you have to push it now, because I'm going to counter it if you don't. Like, 110%. Like, 110% if this frog isn't pushed here, I'm pushing in. Like, 110%. The only thing I don't know about is if it's Thoughtseize. 2 cards enter the exile zone? Okay. Oh god, I hate this. This is some stupid coffers garbage. Alright. No. Ugh. Well, we did get some cards out of their hand. I was hoping that it wouldn't be coffers. I was hoping we could dodge big mana. Which means that these 2 cards are effectively dead. And that means they're going to get to play their stupid draw a million cards. Okay. That's fine. Go. Yeah, we'll discard the push. Alright, well. I mean, they've got a turn to resolve that before we get protection, essentially. Alright. Okay. So we're going to take our counter spell because the spell snares are kind of dead. Alright. Spell Pierce isn't, so let's discard a snare. Discard a snare. Hit him for 4. Nah. Alright, let's say go. And we've got Spell Pierce, which I like in this matchup a lot. The fact that Frog is growing is helping tremendously. Okay, so this is obviously mono, quote-unquote. Well, yeah, let's hit them and just see. I kind of want to get more cards in hand. Yeah, alright, let's preordain. Top, draw the Bowmasters, say go. So we can protect our frog and Bowmasters them. I'm liking that. Alright. Alright, frog. Draw a frog. Hit with frog. Alright. And now we've pretty much got it. I don't think they've got a good way out. Okay. It's almost like when you give Mono Black a million ways to draw cards, the pitch spells get a little unfair. The whole idea of the downside is that you have to discard cards from your hand, and then the Mono Black can just fill up and it doesn't matter. Maybe that's bad. We still took him down, though. You know, we got game 1. That's huge. I don't know. I really want to keep Shouldered off the battlefield. So I think the question is, what do we cut? I'm not liking Queen. They don't really play in the yard all that much. They could grief scam us, but bleh. They're going to take it anyway if they do. Stern Scolding is interesting. I like an additional force of negation. They're going to be after a yard, so I like the Queen's... But what are we hitting with that, I guess, is the real question, and I don't know. Maybe we put that back. We bring in a Consign. I like Archmage's Charm. They don't really go wide, so maybe that's what we bring in. So we're still up blue cards to pitch to it. Yeah, we'll try it like this. Try and play the most frustrating magic for our opponent we possibly can. Okay, again, I like this. Yeah, we've got a lot of ways to interact. I don't like that spell snares are so dead in this matchup, but... Alright. But they don't really have a lot they're dropping on one anyway, so bleh. Okay, Thoughtseize. I do hate they can take a land here. Kinda sucks. Is what it is, though. Is what it is. Like, I mean... you can only get so bit out of shape about it. But that still does leave us with a handful of interaction, which is not really what they want to see. Spell Snare, eh? Let's preordain, bottom, top, Sego. I kind of also want to get this online. You know, like, I'd really like just to have the lands to hardcast it. Okay. We don't really draw all that many cards, though. Okay, Go for the Throat's pretty good. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking say go. Take our 2. Kind of hold up just to see if they do something, then kill the Bowmaster on their instep. This is an interesting one. They have a lot of 2-drops, but, alright. Okay, so this is like Mono Black mid-range. I mean, we're taking 3 down to 12 here. Again, that kind of is what it is. Maybe Spell Snare better than I thought, you know? I mean, sometimes, like, your opponent has to be the one to show you that. Undercity, trigger. And then we take control of their orc army before they attack. Well, I screwed that up, Royal. Oh. Take it out of combat so we only take the 1. They could Bowmaster, but that would ping us, but that would grow that, so I don't know if that's what they want to be doing. I mean, they could also just win on the spot by slamming a, whatchamacallit. If they played it for that, I mean, what good on them, you know? And they grief us. I hate this card so much. Well. Well, we don't get... Well. I don't know. I mean, I think they're, like, just clearing the way to win. I feel like. Okay, alright, and if they try and Bowmaster us here, I'm just going to, Subtlety. Alright. I mean, they know what we're doing here. They can't really mess with our hand now, so I'm just going to cast a Subtlety. That way we're just on the offensive now. I mean, they can kill it if they want, like... That's... I mean, it's ultimately, like, whatever. Like, I don't care. Swamp. Yeah, just hit him. I mean, like, I don't care. And if they try and cast another one, I will just Subtlety it back on top. I might just counter it, though. Like... I might just do that. I kind of want both of them to live, so I might, you know... Counter. I mean, if they've got another one, like, good on them. Like, I feel like this is a, Okay, I don't really... Like, if they double grief me, that sucks, but again, I don't think it matters. So they have to take my Preordain here. I feel like. Okay, they take the Subtlety. Okay. Okay, well... Frog. Preordain. Put on top. Put on top. And let's see. You know, like, I feel pretty good. Like, we've been doing a lot. We've been doing a lot against them. Okay, and Frog Subtlety OP. I mean, again, some folks, they're gonna use it, and they might want more. We've got a fairly reactive hand. We can turbo out a Murktide. We can drop Frog next turn painlessly, which I do like. So I'm going to keep, and I'm just going to drop Flooded Strand. If it's something we absolutely have to kill, and we know they're unlikely to be able to deal with a Frog, you know, we'll already be in a good place. I don't think we're getting that lucky, you know. But if we do, you know, I mean, hey, might as well be prepared to capitalize on it. Okay, looks like we are all in on a Frog, because this is, what I was afraid of. Alright. And they might, yeah, put that on top. I wouldn't mind having that. Would not mind having a Subtlety. So we'll go Dark Swick. Woo, Frog. And we'll say go. We'll say go. How's it going, Jesse? I hope you're having a great one. We're not doing too bad thus far. Thus far, not doing too bad. Yep. Ah, well. Goodbye, Frog. It was nice while we had you. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's set up a Cameo turn. We can hold up Subtlety. Again, I think they are on that plan of, I am playing Dimir Frog Time. I'm playing my own version of it. Give me a second here, and I will bring that up for you. There you go. There's a link. Sorry there, opponent. Yeah. Come on. Okay, land isn't horrendous. All right, let's go and attack with Cameo. Get a clue. And... Yeah, let's say go. I hate doing that against them. They could just have it. Tainted Indulgence. Odds of them having it are now near guaranteed. Oh, yuck. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because we need to get some. We need to get something going on the board, and I think this is a good one. I really want to find a counter spell. All right, we will go ahead and ascend because I think they're gonna flicker. They're gonna try to get something to do with that Philology Archaeologist, and I don't want them to do that. Okay, Spell Snare's not a bad one. That's making me feel better. Bottom, top. I still think Spell Snare, Crack Clue is the way. I think that's the way forward. Oh, I'm using MTGO to play it. It's an older client, not gonna lie. Pretty old, but I do have a lot of fun with it. Okay, Psychic Frog. Alright, yep, Control Z. Let's try and push Frog. Alright, they ephemerate, they get Frog back. Yep, and it's a new game object, unfortunate, but doop, doop, boop. Alright, Bowmasters, huh? Well, let's go ahead. Let's put them to 12. Because we could... Alright, so they're gonna let that fizzle. More likely than not. Alright. So we can counter their Goryos. I mean, I kind of hate to give them a card draw, but I think ping them twice. God, I hate Grief so much as a card. So if they've got double Goryos, we're just dead that way, but... Yeah, I hate this. We gotta let Grief resolve, so they do get, like... just the choice of our hand, which I despise, but again, Grief and the One Ring, I literally think were experiments to print the least fun Magic cards they could think of. And now they're going to ephemerate Grief. Did we not get a respond? Does Grief also just give split second while it's at it anymore? I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, let's just go ahead. Bowmasters, ping them. Yep. So they take one of our spell snares. Or they take a Murktide. Okay, they do. God, I hate this card. It's almost like Evoke Stupid. It's almost like it's a dumb idea that they shouldn't have done. Almost, you know? The fact that we've got the two spell snares. Alright, yep, it gets flying. Boy, howdy does it ever, opponent. In retrospect, I think I should have pinged Grief here because they're going to get to draw a card. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright. Okay, polluted delta. I mean... yeah, let's just attack with all. I mean, they could Solitude. That would really suck. Again, I hate Grief. God, I hate this card. I hate this card so much. But we'll put them dead next turn if they can't combo off. Okay. God, they're going to protect it, I know. But that means... okay, well, that's fine. It fizzles. They're going down to 6. That will give us 5 on board. Okay, so I'm liking this. Rebounds probably hits nothing, because what would you hit, really? Alright. Crack. I'm just going to get another Undercity Sewer set up the top. Alright. Yeah, put on top. Alright. Boop, boop, boop. Frog. Yeah, swing. I mean, they can grow their frog, to kill it. But that also means discarding their cards in hand. So, yeah. I mean, like, they can not. I think that was a mistake, though. Okay, yeah. I think if you're committing to killing the subtlety, you got to. Ooh, nice. Okay, so there goes Grizzlebrand. I mean, they know about the 2 spell snares, so if they've got something else, they might as well. Okay, so it was a Marsh Flat, so, okay, Queen trade. So it's up to them whether they want to attack or not. They have to pressure us, but if they attack, they're dead. So I don't know what really to do. Okay, you know, valid. I mean, more cards in hand is more cards in hand. I'm willing to go to 11. So they get a card. We ping them. That puts them to 5. I mean... I was going to say then we swing all out, put them to... I'd probably discard whatever we draw if it's not helping the game plan. Put them to 1, and then they can't attack anymore. Okay, Toxic Deluge, not really great. I do kind of like go for the throat. Force of Negation looking pretty good. Same with Spell Snare, and Stern Scolding. What do I not like? What do I not like? I think that we are pretty good. Maybe we can cut an Archmage's Charm. It's a little mid. I like Murktide a lot. Maybe we don't try and play that game. Maybe we just take those out. Queen. Ooh, Queen to Dust. Looking pretty sweet. I like being able to bounce their stuff. And counter essentially without countering. That's always cool. Spell Pierce is not bad. Maybe I cut a Preordain. Need one more cut. I'm kind of fine trading out a Subtlety for a Murktide at this point. The question is, what else? I like Sink into Stupor a lot. Stern Scolding hits all of the creatures that matter. Maybe I cut a Fatal Push. Let's try it like that. Let's try it like that. I'm still liking this, though. I'm still liking this build. Oh, and real quick, before I forget, for anyone interested, there is a Discord that I'm trying to get more active in. We're on the draw. We can kind of set up a little bit. Yeah, I'll keep. Just because we've got the graveyard hate. So, I'm liking that. Come on, land. Okay, perfection. Perfection. Yeah, I think like this. Just hold up our options. And hope we run good for the rest of this one. Yeah, you know. You know. Grizzle Daddy hitting the yard for opponent. Okay. So they either take Counterspell or Force, and we're just going to look for a blue card to put on top. I mean, they could also Grief and just ruin our hand. I mean, my god. I wouldn't put that past them. They are running hot over there. And that's why I didn't, like, go ahead and force this. Okay, they take the Spell Bomb, as you do. And they take the, and they go ahead, they archive. They put a Solitude in yard. I don't know that I agree with that, opponent. Yeah, we just need lands to cast spells. Radical thought, you do need lands to cast spells, folks. Alright, yeah. And if allowed, I think we just go ahead and, hope we don't get griefed, for starters. Grief. Such a wonderful Magic card. That everyone is really super duper excited exists and isn't ruining any formats at all with just how obnoxious and vile it is. Not doing that, folks. That is definitely not a thing at all Grief is doing. Boop, boop, boop. And we get Tamiyo down. They might fight this. It looks like they're just trying to set up their yard more. Alright. And I would like to get some card draw going, if you know. More likely than not, we're going to have to give them this. So we do that, they grief away our blue source, and then we can't do anything, and we're sad. Yeah, I'll give it to them. I hate to do so, but... Because after this, we get to attack, and we just never have to worry about tapping out. We can just make sure we've got cards, and then we can start, like, dropping Bowmasters and stuff. Alright. Okay, I like that. I like that we get to untap. Okay, Sodi is pretty hot right now. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, we're just going to swing in with Tamiyo, get that clue. We're probably going to draw a card off of it on their end step since I didn't get a land. Yep. Great. They get to just draw cards. I probably should have punished that, since we don't really have much pressure, but, because we're getting close to hard casting stuff, but then again, we do have a fistful of no. Counter it. All right. All right, so they're tapping out. Well, all right. We'll target that with our force. All right. Now, if I could get a spell bomb, that would be... Oh, yeah, we already lost that. Awesome, huh? All right, well... All right, they know our hand. They've drawn so many cards. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, folks. One, two, three. Okay, they can cast Atraxa next turn. That's really cool. All right, we'll ping them. All right. So, Grizzle Daddy, and we're just gonna hope they don't have it. We're gonna go for the throat. All right. I mean, make them have it, I say. Yep. You gotta love that. Now it's a new game object. Wasn't that great? Oh my god, I love Ephemerate, folks. Alright, yep. And this is where... we put that back in hand and hope. Yeah. God, I hate Ephemerate sometimes. Oh, well. I mean... yeah, I don't really think there's much we could have done there. Run it back. They just literally had it all. Like, I should have flashed that Bowmasters in earlier to pressure. That was my stupidity. I forgot they were just going to be straight up drawing cards. God. We're on the play. I don't really want to keep a one-lander, but we've got that to pitch to Subtlety. We've got Queen to Dust to draw a card. Yeah, I'm going to keep. This is probably stupid and will cost me the 5-0. Almost assuredly, but let's say go. Because if we get a Preordain and we find a land, suddenly we're like really well off with this hand. All right. All right, come on land off the top. Never didn't have it, folks. Never didn't have it. Always having it. Always got it. All right. All right, so they do that. And I'm kind of going to let them dictate what we're doing here. I am thinking about flashing in Bowmasters, ping them to 18, start attacking. Just to punish inactivity, you know? All right, they go to 18. I'm kind of hoping they fetch shock, try some nonsense. Ooh. Trigger here. Okay, maximum rewarded for that, folks. I should have technically claimed something, but meh. Yeah, they still get it, so I'll let them have this one. I'm not gonna be so nice the next time around, though. Though, thanks to them churning through their deck, that means they're constantly drawing cards. Yeah, let's go ahead and start scolding that. All right. Pelagi Archaeologist, eh? I'll let that one stick, since they're not really getting anything great off of it. All right. All right, they get a +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah, let's go ahead. And let's Queen Grizzle Daddy. Get him out of here. Alright. Can I get a land, please? Fatal Push. And depending on what they do here, I might just push the Archaeologist if they go to Ephemerate it. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, I think I'm just going to flash in a Bowmasters, make them have it. Okay, that way if they want to Ephemerate, you know. Well, better late than never, I suppose. Hit them. All right, so we've got a lot of cards we could start putting in the yard. And if they go to Ephemerate now, I'm just going to push and kill the Archaeologist. Super Evoke Ephemerate somehow. Okay. Fizzle that. All right. And I'd really, really, really love a spell snare. That way I can drop, especially if I get to counter something here. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Tommy. Instep, double black. Bowmasters. Put him on a 4-turn clock. Okay, land is pretty good. We're likely going to get the second Undercity Sewers, so I can hopefully drop a Murktide Regent next turn. Just to make them, like, super dead. Alright. Alright. I don't know what they're doing here. I probably don't like it, admittedly, but... Alright, tapping out for grief. In that case, I think I am going to just island. I mean, if they've got the Solitude, they've got it. Like, I really don't want them to grief me. I really don't want that. I really want to stick this Murktide and have a counter spell, because this puts them dead very, very soon. Alright. Boop. Which I do get the making us quick through that. We could have screwed it up. Alright, so we've got what we can exile. So we can Queen to Dust, get whatever they want. Okay, okay. That sold me. That sold me alone, that thought. Alright. Hit with all. Nope. Not allowed. Not allowed, opponent. Not allowed. And I got a 3-0. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. We're on the play. Hand has Murktide. Hand has Frog. Could we do better, though? I think I will take a mulligan. Okay, this is better, so that was worth. I think we just put back a land. So we're going to put back Delta, and we're just going to Tamiyo go. If they try to kill it, we can protect it with Force of Negation. If they play a creature, we've got a Fatal Push. So, you know, some pretty big stuff for us here. All right. And the fact that, like, after we drop Tamiyo, we can... Okay. It's Mill. You gotta love Mill. Yeah. I guess we should have gotten good and just not had to fetch, you know? I think... Unless they drew one, I think that means that they don't have another. I'm still going to... Okay, so this is Azurius Mill. Okay, Spell Snare. We're golden now. Alright, we're just going to hit with Tamiyo, and that way we can make sure we get stuff. So, trigger. And... Alright. Do this. Yeah, it's Mill. They're not going to pressure our life total. Get that. Okay. And, C. I'm kind of about... So that tells me they're very unlikely to have Crab. Ooh, what deck is it? Alright, we draw a card. Okay, so that means we get another land. Okay, Subtlety is pretty good. Ooh. I think green-white lands is really good. Green-white depths is really a good deck right now. I really am always impressed by that deck whenever I see it. And then when they fetch, I think we'll fetch. Okay, well. Alright, yeah, we'll do the same. Yeah, let's just get an island. Oh, okay. I was afraid it died. Okay, YamuVR works by... Okay, I guess they really want Tamiyo dead. You gotta love that Mill luck. Ah, you just don't have any of the cards you need. Bleh. Wasn't that cool? I was so good at Mill, you just lost the cards you needed. Wasn't that awesome? Alright. And then on their end step, we just need to find a threat now, folks. All right, draw, because I do not respect this deck. Oh god, I hate... what has gone wrong in a person's life they actually willingly desire to play mill? This... Absolutely not. I'm not letting you draw anything. Okay. I might let myself, though. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is what I think of your stupid garbage, opponent. Now, if we could find a second one and make this a 13-13, my lord, would we be in business? Ooh, Frog would do it. Frog would do it. Watch them drop a Ensnaring Bridge. Mm-hmm. I do hate that they get to draw a card. I hate when Mill gets to do anything, and to be honest with you. But that's fine. Yeah. Ah, well. Come on. Woohoo, I like that. Alright. And we play Keep Alive with Murktide, and we win. You gotta love it. Okay, I like that. That's not anything that stops us from winning. If you can pick up game one against Mill, you're usually pretty golden. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. I love doing that to them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is Consigned to Memory too cute? Like, to stop all their stupid cycle crap? That's too cute, right? That's gotta be too cute. I like Spell Snare, just, you know. They're on Snapcaster because, of course, they are. We are going to be down because, unfortunately, you know, oh no, they could just get stupid lucky. It is Mill. I am not thinking that they're going to have any the split second one that I also hate. I mean, I know that's not helping, folks. Thank you, Ren. I know that's not helping, folks. That thing in Mill that I hate, because I do not... I mean, I think it's just the cheapness of the feel of it. Like, you feel like against Mill, it feels like most of the time I lose because I didn't draw anything. Keep. Yeah, I think we present Frog. I mean, and if they've got it, they've got it. If they've got, like, the nut drop, I mean, it sucks to be us. And I think I'm gonna go Flooded and make them have it. I'm hoping I get something to, like, counter their stuff. Again, I do hate that they can just, like, windmill, you lose all of your lands and you're dead. I've always hated that. Thanks, Tommy. Okay. Yeah, I'd say let's go ahead and do their thing. I mean, if we get Archive trapped out of the game, God, that sucks, but... Ooh, nice. I don't know where ours... I assume ours are upstairs somewheres with Rent. Let's get Undercity. And let's get Archive trapped. Yes. I mean, if they Archive trap us, they do. Oh, God. Of course. God, I hate Mill. They played such a good game to do that. They just, you know, to have those cards in your hand. All right, well, that's fine. I feel, God, if they've got that one stupid card, we're just dead. But whatever. I don't think I care at this point. Whack, blue, frog. Yep. We have a dog. God, I hate you, Mill. I don't think I can really, truly express my hatred for this deck. Ah, God. Well, we have things to deal with it. Well, do we? God, if they got our sink into supers, we just lose. God, this is why I despise Mill. But again, they played so hard by just having two of those cards in hand. They got... Did we lose all of our... one sink into stupor? I'm just trying to see if I should play this one out. No, we don't. Okay. Alright. So we'll do that. We'll flash in Bowmaster to ping them and start attacking. Again, you know, they just showing that good Mill player magic that they do. They just, you know, had something and we couldn't do anything about it, and it was really, really cool. All right. And... all right. All right, we'll do this. Queen their path. And just start getting some value. Boop. Draw. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I mean, again, they could hideous go after us and we die. We should have been good, you know? We should have had them not draw that. We should have had them do a lot of things, you know. But we do have them on a clock of 7 turns. But yeah, Tommy, we have a dog. I gotta say, Velka is a really, really good dog. She is a very, very, how do I put this? Like, she is very, gets along with every other animal in the house. And she is, Velka isn't too bad. Velka has her moments, admittedly. She has her moments. She can be a little, you know, they all get that way. All right, upkeep. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we can keep the cards flowing, and there's apparently a GeForce driver update available. That's really cool. I'm glad you did this now. I'm hoping they just don't vomit cards from their hands to, like, screw me under the bridge walk. Go away, God. All right. Ah, I'm getting squished. That. All right. So just a few more turns of this, and we'll have them dead if they don't start drawing better. I guess one could argue I should have put the snapback on top. You know? Again, we should have gotten good. Yeah, I can't stop that. So we're going to do that to try and slow down our accrual of resources. Or accrual of damage, but that's fine. Ping them. I guess what do you mean by that? Basically, it's just mouse and keyboard sort of controls. Oh, they're gonna empty their hand. Yuck. God, I hate that. Well, now I've got the bridges, so I don't have to play Magic anymore. How do you start? It has, like, these beginner leagues. Oh, God, I hate this. Now we're gonna just... Oh, God. Oh, my God. Mill players are just the worst kind of people. Yeah. Because what they're gonna do now, everybody, is... They're going to just sit there and try and wait me out for not drawing my thing. Alright, there we go. They're going to try to make me draw out so I can't have anything. Okay, well, they're not ever casting a spell again, so there's that. Alright. God. I really want to know what happens to a person to make them want to play Mill. Alright, yep, let's say go. I'm really glad that, oh, I can't wait till we get our sink into stupor. Upkeep. Alright. They're gonna drop a land. Okay. There you go. I hate this. Ugh. Okay, so at least that's something else to do. I'm kind of hoping they go for their draw 3. Again, I really just want to know what happens to a human being that they want to play Mill. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's see if we... That could be bad. We could die. Like I said, if we could sink into stupor, send that stupid thing to hand on their instep, swing, and they just... We dump everything and they lose? They could hit our Watery Grave with the stupid Field of Ruin. That would suck because that's going to pinch our mana a lot. They could draw 3, but if they do, they're going to take 6. And I don't think they can afford to do that. And I mean, they could have double mill spell. Okay. And they could also have double archive trap, because God, this deck is... Blech. All right. What are you doing? We were having such a good night, and then Mill happened. What are you doing? What are you doing, please? I don't know. I especially the Azurius version, I don't know like why people... I don't think this deck is very good. Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh. You have an instant or you don't. I mean, come on. I mean, if they're happy to waste their time here, I'm happy to let them do it. I mean, if I get my Sink into Stupor off the top, I just bounce that to their hand. And I discard the entirety of mine to Frog, and I win. Like, on the spot. Because that grows it by the one I would... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh my god. They... Oh my god. Oh my god. Did we... Let's see. I'm trying to make sure. Did they get all of them? No, they didn't. So if we get it... Again, we do just kind of win. Thank you, Tommy. Alright, and we can't go Yep, let's see. Do they get it? They don't. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yep. I'm hoping that they're stuck with something in hand. Because if they are, they're dead. They're dead. If they are. Okay. Yeah, no. We're not giving it to you that easy. Okay, I don't think we've got any lands left to get, but... Alright. Because we know what their play is, and, let's see. Okay. Woo. Alright. I'm amazed it took them that long to do that. Okay, yep, we've got a sink at a steeper left. Uh-huh. Whack. Okay. Okay. Alright, Queen to dust. Queen filled, because why not? Alright. Come on. Well, folks, we're getting everything but that. Let's see if there's a land even left. I don't think there is. Okay. Yeah. So, that's great. And we can't draw. Thank you, Field of Ruin. But you can't hit any more of our basics, so... if we've got to where if we can just keep up our counter magic, we can just win. Because they can't really afford to do anything. And we've got so many free spells if they try to... Okay. Oh, I wonder what they're getting ready to do, everybody. Oh, who could have seen that coming? Mm-hmm. Yep. I do like the fact that they just... because Moto is breaking. That's why. That's why it's doing that. Because Moto's breaking. I think... Yeah, we know we've got the out. So they're going to try and do their stuff again. Yep. Okay, I wonder what they're getting ready to do here, folks. God, can we get that sink into super, please? Oh, what doesn't work with it? Yeah. If they hadn't hit our land, we could have won. Ah, well. So if they draw a card, I'm 100% not countering that. All right. Upkeep. Okay. No. And to rub salt in the wound, we could still counter it. Take that. And we got the 5-0. Thanks for ruining our night, Mill. Okay, we'll give it... I still will do this. I like to do a little bit of a breakdown. I'm liking this. You know, I'm normally not one of those people. I like to tune decks. I'm not really a builder myself. But thus far, I'm really liking this. I don't know about the one of Drown and the one of Go for the Throat. Maybe I could tweak the numbers here, make it a little bit better. I do like Drown, maybe something in the sideboard. I like Stern Scolding a lot right now. But I do hate the card Delighted Halfling because it tells me I don't get to play cards like Stern Scolding that I really like. But we've got 4 Fatal Pushes, so blah, blah, blah. Bleh. Yeah. It's fine, I suppose. Break the Ice we haven't had to use, thank God. Nihil Spellbomb. It got taken, but it was great when we saw it. Queen to Dust in the main was amazing. I love this card. I thought a lot of it back when the pandemic was ending and I was on Grixis Lord's Midrange. Oh my God, that was a deck. That was a very Luna deck. That was all of the counter spells. Like, hyper efficient card draw. Whereas I knew that card needed to be banned when it was printed, but even after the companion rat, it was still way too good. It was still way too good. But I literally told everyone I'm going to play that card till Wizards tells me I can't. And I did, and it was amazing. I loved that card. Worse is where it needs to be on the ban list. I do love it, but it should never ever come back. It should be gone in Legacy, gone in Modern, gone in Pioneer. I think it's okay in Vintage. I think it's fine there. Meh. I think it's fine there. The Toxic Deluge in the main, you have to beat Energy. Like, be it Mardu or Boros, you gotta beat Energy. So Toxic, I think, is a must. Seeking of Super's great. Can be a land, can be a bounce spell, or a weird counter effect, so it's great. Archmage's Charm, kind of going back and forth. I do like the utility over Sauron's Ransom. I like that Sauron's Ransom's easier to cast. Especially through like a Blood Moon. A Blood Moon makes these cards dead. We've got the Double Swamps. I think Selesnya Reclaimer is great, Jesse. Like, I think that card is amazing. I love Reclaimer. There's not a bad use of it I've seen recently. The best I've seen of it, though, is in Nadu. Because Nadu, what are you going to do? I did have a fun win against Nadu yesterday. I got them to I killed their Wall of Roots, so they lost to their own pact. Almost like Nadu is a bad thing that shouldn't exist. So, yeah, Murktide Regent 4 of, that's commitment, I know, but I do really like them. You really, really want to see them. I could see cutting one, maybe going up another Tameo, just for that early game. I don't hate that. I don't know that I'm sold on it. I could go either way. The thing is, like, with Frog, we can just put so much in our yard, and Murktide's so synergistic with everything. But then again, 4 Murktide's a big commitment. But then again, you don't need to see all 4. Sometimes you just need to see 2 or 3 to win. Sometimes you just need to see 1. So, that is fine. Plague Engineer, some buddies of mine were talking about, and I saw it in a couple challenge lists. So long as Boros/Mardu Energy's tier 1, so long as everyone's wanting to have a bunch of 1/1 cat tokens, I think Plague Engineer's amazing. Like, let them do their thing, keep the Guide of Souls numbers to a minimum, drop Plague Man, name cat, win. It becomes like a 5 for 1, 6 for 1. And then it's a 2/2 Death Toucher, which against them, I mean, yeah, it like, they flage it, it dies. Okay, like, it's always died to bolt, so, nah, let's go ahead. Let's open these chests. We've earned it. Let's start off one at a time. But yes, we did have the heart of the cards. Okay, ooh, we got a new avatar. That's neat. I don't know what this thing is. It's from Quoop. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you have to... The problem with Moto is you do have to buy or rent the decks. I don't know if he's worth anything, but that's neat. I don't think she's worth anything, and I don't think that's worth anything. But, you know, I'm liking this. We got stuff. I'm going to say keep an eye out, because you do have to pay for the pass, but they have a pass that lets you use any card that is on Moto. You know, obviously, if a card doesn't exist on Moto, Oracle of Alpha, for example. But they do free so often. Ooh. Oh, okay, okay. So we're getting mini free weeks here, folks. That's what I do hate. It's so hard to start Moto. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's very good. That's more play points. Can we get something really nice is what I want. That's what I want. No, that's not really nice. Nor is that. Eh. I mean, I can't complain, like... Okay. Okay, we're getting a lot of play points. So, even if these just have the bare minimum of 5, we're gonna get another free week out of this. I don't know if that's any good. That's not... That used to be a hellacious card back in the day. Oh, no problem. You have a great rest of your night. We're going to be wrapping up after this. I'm just opening these and kind of going to give a quick little breakdown. Okay, I think he's worth a little bit. That's a fair amount of play points. I like to see that. Can we get the 1,000 play points? Ooh, or a set. That would be neat. That would be a lot of money. Hollow 1 used to be worth something back in the day. All right, last chest. Let's see what it is. Womp womp. You know,